It is 12:30 on the 12th of May, and we just got underway from Stockton Springs, where we had been tied up for the last couple of weeks on the town dock. We're motoring out right now against the tide and against the wind. Once we clear the harbor, we'll be able to set sail. Today we're gonna just go out and sail for a little while and play with a few things, and anchor up tonight back in Fort Point Cove, where we anchored when we first got back into Penobscot Bay. And tomorrow morning we're going to get up and we're going to ride the tide to Bangor. The guys have a mooring for me now, so tomorrow we're going up there. Well, it's 9:35 on Monday, the 13th of May, 2024. We're right at the start of the flood, and it's dead calm, and we're underway. And we're trying a little experiment here, because this is what I bought this dinghy for. We are towing, hip towing, pushing with the dinghy to go upriver. I've always said that if the motor doesn't run, no big deal, as long as I have a dinghy with a motor on it. So yesterday, coming out of Stockton Harbor, the motor died on me twice. So this motor is pretty much had it. So for this trip, we're supposed to have a south wind start to blow here in about an hour. So I should be able to sail all the way up, and I'll be on the flood all the way up. But right now it's dead calm. So I just wanted to see how well the dinghy pushed this boat. It's a 6 horsepower Tohatsu. I've got her on the hip. And I have it at about a quarter, if that, just above idle. And it's pushing us along at 2.5 knots with no current. So if I need to, I bet you I could get this thing to push us up to 4 or 5 knots with not even going to full throttle to do it. So I've got the engine locked down and the throttle set, and I'm sitting in the cockpit, and actually this is a lot quieter than that Westabeek, having this motor push us up the river, so it's much more comfortable. So this is why I bought this dinghy and this motor, was to be able to do this and not have to rely at all on this diesel. So we'll talk here in a little bit about a possible change of plans for the electrical system. Well, why don't we talk about it right now? We've got the time. They're not going to be able to haul me at the marina where I'm going, just simply because she draws too much water. And the truck that they would have to bring in to do it won't be able to get in and out of where the ramp is. So I'm just going up. They've got a mooring set for me up there. I'm going up there to Bangor, and I'll pick up the mooring. And the reason I'm going up there is because it's like 7 or 9 miles from the family's house, where I'll probably sleep while I'm doing all of this stuff. And I will still be able to get the deck leaks fixed and some fiberglass work done and some re-rigging done, and I'm going to order sails, and there's a plethora of things I'm going to be able to get done before the fall. And if I can figure out a way where I can pull this diesel without sinking this boat, I may go ahead and try to do that as well. But for right now, that's going to be a secondary concern. Because remember, this is a sailboat with an auxiliary motor. Her primary propulsion system is sail. So we will use the sail whenever we can. And if I just need something to get me in and out of a harbor, I've got this thing, or in and out of a slip, I can use this thing. We just have to pick our time and be patient. So, but for now, it's a beautiful morning. I've got my second cup of coffee around here someplace that I'm going to drink. Oh, I think I left it on the dinghy. I guess I ought to go back down and get it. And we are going to just trudge along, all the way to Bangor. We're sitting here on our summer mooring. I can't decide whether I'm in Bangor or in Hamden. We're right there close to the line, but I'm going to call it Bangor for right now. But we're sitting here on our summer mooring, and this is where Skookum Lady will sit until we start heading south. The trip up was really something coming up the river. Absolutely beautiful. Sailed most of the way. Never could get the diesel to start. The diesel has died. So the reason I bought the dinghy was to be able to hip up and push. The dinghy did its job perfectly. But most of the way we were being pushed by the tides, and that southerly breeze brought us all the way up. I just used the dinghy a couple of times to get us through some squirrely areas where the winds were being blocked by hills and so forth, and to put her on the mooring because the wind and current was clipping pretty good. I needed a little push because, as you can tell, we're moored rather close to shore here. Didn't have a whole lot of room for play. But we're here now, and we're not going to haul, like I said, because they're thinking that I'm too deep for them here. And that's fine. I have lots of work to do on the hull, on the deck, and on the electrical system. And I think I've got an idea on how I'm going to go ahead and pull the motor as well. So even though she's in the water. So stay tuned. We're going to get started on her next week because right now Marita's School of Dance is having recital weekend, or recital week. The recital is this weekend, but it's rehearsals all day, all the rest of this week. And I'll be photographing all of that. So go to CaptainJimPhoto.com and you'll see some of those photographs. And I'll be posting them on Facebook and so forth as well. But until the next time, thanks for sailing with me. The next several videos is going to be just tearing this boat apart and trying to do something with it. We'll see you then.